Y'all about to learn everything that you need to know in order to get your waves in on the side quick. I've been having waves for over 12 years, man. It's crazy, bro. I really got this on lock. I done went from forked up waves on the side to, man, damn near flawless waves on the side. I broke forks. I got new forks, broke those and got some more. Man, I know what I'm talking about, bro. And I'm gonna help you out. So I don't wanna hear nothing, all right? No ands, ifs, or buts. You could get waves on the side. I know it's hard, and I had one of my Ocean Squad members leave in the comments like, man, bro, I'm about ready to quit because I can't get, what, bro? You gonna quit? You gonna be a quitter? All your life you wanna quit? You start quitting now, you're gonna be quitting for the rest of your life. And I don't want you to be a quitter, bro. I want you to be a winner. I want you to persevere, because that's what you're gonna learn when you stick through this and get that progress. You're gonna feel proud of yourself. And I'm gonna be proud of you too, man. So let's go, Ocean Squad. We about to get these waves on the side and carry this perseverance and consistency through your whole freaking life, all right? And through everything you do beyond 360 waves, all right? In your work life, in your love life, in your freaking business, if you got a business, in your freaking, man, everything. Let's go. Got me mad and stuff, y'all. Somebody gonna quit. Quit. Ocean Squad members don't quit, boy. Let's go. Boost the like button and also subscribe, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm dropping a video every week this month. It took me about 8 months to get waves on the side to come in. 8 months of daily hours of brushing. Y'all gonna learn what length to cut y'all hair to get the best progress, the brushing technique, because it's a brushing technique. I'm trying to save y'all a bunch of time. Let's get into the video. I'm 360 Wave Process Rashad, let's go.
Where was they at when we was gone? When we was working on these songs? Where was they at? When we was out here in the zone? Where was they at when we was gone? When we was working on these songs? When we was out here in the zone? When we was taking on patrol?
And guess what? I did a survey, and 8 out of 10 360 wavers feel like getting waves on the side is the most difficult. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off my chocolate brown silky do-rag. And this is what the wave's looking like right now. The last time I got my haircut was about 3 to 4 weeks ago. In this video, I'm gonna teach y'all the right angles to brush the sides, and I'm also gonna give y'all some tips on how to brush your sides so that your connections could flow in perfectly, all right? I'm just getting a nice brush session in with my 3WP Soft Gold Edition right here. This brush is excellent to brush when you got a fresh low cut or when you woofing and you're just trying to lay it down without lifting your hair off your scalp. But when you in the beginning stages, you'll go ahead and get you one like this. This is a medium hard brush right here. Now I said it's a medium hard because it's not as hard, it's not one of my hardest brushes. Now, one of my hardest brushes is actually this one right here, this red edition. This is one of the hardest ones. So if you really like hard brushes, I'll tell you to opt for this in your journey. But this one will also do well. For the sides, I do recommend, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I recommend these 3WP handle brushes right here, the fork breakers, because it's a wide length. And that's gonna benefit you on your journey to getting waves on the side, because that length is gonna encompass one whole side of your head. With each stroke, you're getting the whole entire side. And so what that means for you is that every stroke is counting towards wave progress for that whole side. On the flip side, if you were using a brush that had a smaller width, let's just say this is a 360 Wave Process flat brush right here. This is a hard brush. It's not as long as this fork breaker with the handle. You see it? And so it may not cover your whole side of your head. And therefore you have to get more brush strokes in to get the whole side. And that with the more brush strokes you take to get your connections in and your wave pattern to flow, the more likely you are to cause forks. You see what I'm saying? So if you just had this one brush and you just brush that whole side with one angle, and that's that entire side, you're not gonna get any forks because you're not changing up the angle. That's the only way you will get a fork, if you change up the angle. But when you just brush in one continuous motion, you're not likely to get forks. I just like brushing, man. Y'all shouldn't even got me started on brushing. Cause once I start brushing, I just keep it going. So I got the dewy on again. I'm about to unrag once more, just cause I like to unrag. It's something that all wavers like to do. I don't know a waver who don't like to unrag. Man, it's that brush. You need to take the appropriate angles if you want to get waves on the side. Now, the reason why I told y'all earlier that I broke forks, got more forks, and then broke some more, and then got some more, is because over time in my wave journey, I had to kind of shift my pattern. Now, I never did a major shift. I've always been 360, but I've, over time, noticed that certain brush angles I took were not the best. And when I say they weren't the best, I mean, it wasn't an angle that made it easy for me to brush my wave pattern. And so over time, I shifted my pattern, and it's kind of a hybrid pattern because it's not a real 360 because, for one, if y'all take a look at the back of my waves, my back slants, right? That's because, one, I've been like that slant. So I made that slant over, I'll say over 5 years ago. My back has been slanting for 5+ years. And over time, it was real difficult for me around this part of my head because, for one, when you slanting, you see how I'm slanting? Now, I would brush this part right here, boom, slanted that way. But at the same time, this connection can also be brushed that way when I come from this side, right? And so this side was really troubled because, one, I'm bringing it that way and then I'm trying to bring it that way. And so it never really waved up. And so I had to slowly change my brushing angles to make sure I just hit that like that, boom, boom, and then take an angle from this side right here that doesn't interfere with that angle. So you see what I'm saying? But beyond that, we here to talk about waves on the side, so let's get that side angle situated. Now, the side angle that I take is a diagonal angle. It used to be more of a vertical diagonal angle, like more like this, more like brushing straight towards the front. But I had started to shift it to brush more downward because what I realized is I can brush this entire side with one stroke. Therefore, I don't have to brush like this. I'm gonna get my non-handle brush so y'all can see better. Actually, that one kind of big too, because these fork breakers are pretty big because they're designed to brush that whole side and to make sure you get your connections in there nice. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and grab this one right here. It's a club brush. It's very small, so y'all be able to see better. So look, I'm gonna do it like that too. All right, perfect. And so I will brush that more down, and then I'll come right here and brush that like that. But now it's more of just a straight diagonal push. And that flows with my top because my top kind of shifts that way. And if I grab my fork breaker with the handle and dropped it. I got this one though. If I show you my top kind of slants that way on this side. I started brushing that slant. Therefore, that's the same angle when I push towards the side. Therefore, I'm brushing my side in one sweep, also brushing my connection and a part of my top, all in one sweep. Therefore, one, is less likely that I'm gonna get a fork in this area because what? That's all going in the same direction. I don't have to take an angle right here on the side and then change the angle at the top. It's all one smooth brush angle. But if y'all take a look at the top of my waves right here, you'll see I have like a fork somewhere around here, right? That's because sometimes I brush forward like this. Therefore, that's causing a contradiction in my brushing angles. And therefore, if I'm brushing forward right here, and then I go like this, boom. Now, a part of my hair right here doesn't know if it wants to be brushed forward or diagonal that way. And therefore, that is what causes a fork right here in my pattern. I've recognized that for some time. If I shift it to try and like get that, like, it's going to cause more forks in other areas. So that's why it's hard to break certain forks. But we're going to talk about forks in a future video. Now for you, you need to understand that you are the creator of your pattern. The way you choose to brush your hair is the way your pattern will eventually develop. Now, you choose the angles. The lucky thing for you is, especially if you got a 360 wave process brush, and I know a lot of my Ocean Squad members got these brushes, and I appreciate y'all, man. 360waveprocess.com, get you one. Use the 360 wave process logo on your brush, right? Now, if you want your wave pattern on the side to come out in a specific angle, just tilt your 360 wave process logo in that angle. Be up in the mirror like me. You got your hand mirror, right? Because you should be brushing with a hand mirror if you want waves on the side. Because you know what? Mirror brushing is key. If you're not mirror brushing and you don't know your angles, it's gonna be kind of difficult for you to make some good progress, bro. I'm keeping it real with you, bro. Get you a mirror. So you're gonna end up just like this. And I know my Ocean Squad members got a mirror, but some of these beginners, y'all beginners, man, y'all need to know. That's why I had to say it for y'all. Tilt your 360 wave process logo the way you want your waves to come and just brush in that continuous angle. Keep it that way all the time you brush that side, all right? Don't switch it up. Don't be like this for 1 week and then be brushing like that the next week. You changing the angle, bro. Your stuff ain't gonna come in. It's gonna take longer because now you're trying to train it in different angles. You can only really train your hair in one angle at a time. You feel me? You can't get a 720 and a 360 in one, you only got one head. Your hair is only gonna go in one direction at a time, basically. You feel me? But yeah, that's the little rundown on angles, man. You choose your angles, you commit to them, you don't switch it up. If you switch it up, you need to switch it up permanently, all right? It ain't no back and forth this week and this month. Now you can do small shifts if you don't like certain things, but that's the most you could do is a small shift. A big shift will cause major forks, and sometimes a big shift won't even shift right. So I want y'all to understand that way, family. Now that y'all know the angles, we're gonna talk about the haircut length and haircut frequency, all right? Let's go. Make sure you boost that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm trying to save you time. What I want y'all to understand, one of the most important things when getting waves on the side is you gotta understand how to get your haircut, all right? The way that I suggest you get your haircut is with the grain. And when I say with the grain, I mean that means that the barber or you cut your hair the same direction that you brush it. If you brush forward, cut forward. Sides, cut same direction you brush. And that's going to keep your progress locked in, all right? As far as the brush technique, I suggest that you go ahead and understand that a fork breaker like this is gonna be the best for you to get your waves in on the side. And I recommend you go ahead and get you one of these from 360waveprocess.com. The reason why I said that and why I do recommend it, honestly, bro, it's gonna help you get the waves in the fastest because one, it has the linear bristle lineup, both horizontally and vertically. Speaking of horizontal and vertical bristle lineup, that's gonna help you out in your process because let's just say you was watching TV and you was laying down. Sometimes it may not be comfortable to go horizontal like this, you feel me? And so with the horizontal bristle lineup, you go ahead and go like that without fearing that you're gonna cause forks since the bristle alignment is the same whether you brush like this or like this, you feel me? And you go ahead and get you one of these from 360waveprocess.com. I'm gonna go ahead and brush my waves in place right now. Now, one thing you gotta keep in mind is when it comes to getting waves on the side, you're gonna be putting in major brush work. And I really need to let y'all know, you might come to a point in time when you brushing so much, let's just say with a medium/hard brush like this, you're gonna come to a point where you've been brushing so much that your hair, your scalp becomes very tender, and it kind of hurts to continue brushing with the medium/hard brush. And if that's the case, I recommend you go ahead and get you a soft brush, kind of like this one, and it'd be good if it's the similar fork breaker with the handle, and use that up until the point where your scalp is no longer tender, all right? And then once your scalp is healed and it's not as tender and it don't hurt when you use the medium brush, then that's when you switch back to the medium brush so that you can get down to the root. Now, that happened to me before when I first started, and I wanted to add that tip in there for y'all because I know y'all gonna be brushing so much trying to get the waves on the side that it might happen to you, all right? You gonna be okay. It's just your hair, your scalp is not used to that much attention, and you might be brushing a little bit too hard too. You don't have to put so much force on your head when you brushing, all right? Especially with a hard brush. You just wanna sit the brush on your hair and then boom, it's gonna get to the scalp if it's a good firmness. Like this brush right here, it's like a medium brush, medium/soft, and it's firm enough that I can brush to my scalp without having to freaking flex, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't gotta do all that, bro. So keep that tip in mind. I wanna give you another tip that I always give my Ocean Squad members when I make a video about waves on the side. Now, it's a technique that I use, all right? And I recommend you use this technique. When you brushing your waves on the side and you're trying to get them in, you're gonna have to brush it way more than you brush any other side. And the trick that you have to do, and that I recommend you try, is to whenever you pick up your brush, go ahead and brush that side first. If y'all see me, y'all notice I always brush my side first. Now, I'm left-handed and I tend to pick up my brush with my left hand, and so one thing I notice is my left side has always been the strongest part. So in that case, I should really always brush my right side first, since it's my weakest side, in my opinion. But yeah, man, whenever you pick up your brush that side first. That's gonna allow it to get more brush time. And it's gonna be able to come in faster. It's like, why would you keep brushing your top the most when your top is already in? It don't make no sense, right? Is you still trying to get waves on the top, or are you trying to get them on the side now? All right, now we need to talk about the haircut length and the haircut frequency. If you got a hair texture similar to mine, I'm gonna recommend that if you're trying to get waves on the side and you haven't been seeing no progress, don't go lower than a 1.5 until you feel like your progress is locked in. If your progress ain't locked in, don't go less than a 1.5. For example, me, I be keeping my hair at a 1.5 lately because I haven't been maximizing my brush work. And so I know basically I've been in slack mode. Therefore, if I cut to a 1 with the grain, below 1.5, I'm likely to see a reduction in progress, especially if I keep doing it repetitively. So I'm gonna let y'all know, hair like mine, cut 1.5 and don't cut lower than that until your waves is locked in on the side. If you got a hair texture that's kind of more medium, all right, then I say go with that 2 or that 2.5 with the grain, no lower than that. All right, and if your hair is straighter, I say 2.5/3, bro. All right, now look, as far as haircut frequency, you need to understand that if you get your hair cut too often, when you're trying to get waves on the side, you're gonna be chopping off progress before it's locked in, and it's gonna take you a long time to see some progress, all right? So if I was to give you an amount of time that you should wait to get your hair cut, I'll let you know it's based off of how much brushwork you're putting in. If you're really serious and you putting in brushwork like 24/7, then I say go ahead and get your haircut once every 6 weeks until your waves on the side is locked in. Once they locked in, you could go ahead and lower that woofing time to about 4 weeks, all right? 4 weeks minimum. So once a month minimum. But when you're trying to make that progress, you need to grow your hair out, and that's why I got my hair at this length right now. It's like, let me show y'all what my hair look like, my waves. This length right here is like a real good length to put in plenty of brushwork. It's been about 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks since my last haircut. And the reason why you need to be putting in that brushwork during that time, and that's the most important part, that's the most important time to be putting in that brushwork in. So you could slack while you have I'm not telling you to slack. Don't hear me wrong. But I'm saying you could slack when your hair is on a fresh cut. But once you get to that woofing stage, if you slacking, you really gonna be lacking on progress. Beyond those techniques right there, I'm gonna go ahead and suggest that you go ahead and get you a nice butter that has a nice hold. If y'all notice these right here, these are actually 2 butters that I've made myself. This is prototypes of the 360 wave process 3WP butter that's gonna be dropping 2020. I think I'm really close to perfecting the ingredients, all right? Now, just to give y'all some of the ingredients that's gonna be in the butter, you know what I'm saying? You already know my 2 favorite oils are avocado oil and almond oil, all right? And so my butter does consist of these 2 oils right here and a tri-blend of just a few other natural butters, okay? Now, I ain't gonna specifically say which butters those are at the moment, but just know once I got the right proportion makeup of butter to oil to make it have the best hold and the right moisturizing effects, that's when I'm gonna release it, and I'm really close to that, man. Y'all gonna love it, bro. I'm really close. That's what's up in my hair right now, Ocean Squad. Smell good too. Peel that off, and you wanna make sure you apply that on your sides. Brush that in, all right? That's gonna really help you out because you're gonna need some hold when you're trying to get waves on the side. All right, the 3WP hold butter right here is gonna be perfect for you, bro. Look out for your ability to pre-order that soon on 360waveprocess.com, all right? So you wanna make sure you subscribe and stay tapped in because that butter right there is gonna take you to that next level, especially if you have trouble with waves on the side. It's gonna make your waves look that much more better. All right, wave family. But yeah, beyond that, yeah, just major brushwork on the sides and do-rag, wave family. And I always recommend my products to y'all because the products that I have for the Ocean Squad, I know it worked because these products are what I use on my waves. So it's 100% authentic from a waver. I know what's good, bro. I know what's working, and that's the only thing I'm gonna put out, man. And yeah, man, beyond that, the 3WP Silky Do-Rags lay your hair down very well. So you wanna make sure you sleep every night with your 3WP Silky on. Don't put your Silky on after you touch a hair product because that hair product can stain, like the oils, they could stain your do-rag. And I know you want your do-rag to stay looking clean, right? I want mine to stay looking clean, not to have oil stains in it. But beyond that, wave family, that's my video about how to get waves on the side, man. I hope y'all took those tips and I hope y'all run with them and get y'all waves on the side quick. Beyond that, I got another video coming next week. I appreciate y'all boosting the like button, subscribing, and leaving a comment down below if this helped you. Beyond that, y'all wanted my next video to be about crowns. That's what y'all asked about. Y'all also asked about, what else did y'all ask about? Connections. And y'all asked about, what else y'all asked about?